In this video, I'm going to tell you about 6 more great trilogy starter movies that you should watch. Hey, it's me AP, and welcome back to another video. So, I'm doing another one of these ones, 6 more great trilogy starter movies. I done one a few months back. I think a lot of people enjoy that video. I enjoyed making it as well. I enjoyed discussing some of the great movies that started great trilogies, but I suppose just to discuss the first movie is always a good fun topic to enchant upon. So let's I'm just gonna go for it again. Let's go for round 2 of this one. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the selection of movies. So the first movie I want to discuss is Blade, starring Wesley Snipes, and this is a cool movie, isn't it? I watched it originally. I didn't realize it was a comic book when I was a kid, and it's part of Marvel. It's a Marvel character, but this movie, I feel like it is just the best one in the Blade trilogy. I felt like it was the character. He just nailed that character. It was a really good action movie. I really like Wesley Snipes anyway. I think he's great in that role as Blade, though. He's half human, half vampire. He's killing vampires. It's just even though it's a comic book movie, it just feels like it's got its own genre. It's very dark, it's gritty, and it's action packed. Could it be in the MCU in the future? I know we're getting a new version of Blade in the future, but maybe we have the multiverse, and maybe this version of Blade could be involved in the MCU in the future. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? Well, I really enjoyed this movie, and it is definitely the start of the Blade trilogy. Like I said, I think it's the best one. It's definitely a great movie to start a trilogy anyway, even though the trilogy didn't span out the way I would like it to. This one is just a great start and a perfect movie. Next up on my list is Captain America: The First Avenger. And this is one, I remember when they announced like a load of these movies, like the Captain America, the Thor movie, and the Avengers, and I was just like, I didn't know what to expect, and I initially watched this, and I'll be honest, I wasn't massively keen on this movie. I think it's maybe the time setting of it. It didn't gel with me straight away, and this is one where it's definitely took a few more watches over the years to more like greatly appreciate the first Avenger of Captain America. But it is one now over time, and especially seeing the MCU evolve over time. To look back on the characters here, like you've got Bucky, you've got Cap, Steve Rogers. It's just cool to see the stories, where it started, where it all began. And I do now watch this and I enjoy this movie. I think it is a great start to a trilogy that was amazing. And I know we've got talk of like a new version of like Captain America 4 now starring Sam Wilson. So this is the start of the Steve Rogers trilogy, and it is a great start because the other two movies are very different, and very different for good reasons, and they do things differently. It's different setting, different time, different story. They feel like different movies. But this is what I like about this trilogy as a whole. They're all different, but they're all great movies, but it starts with a really good start here with the first Avenger, and it is definitely one of my favourite MCU movies, definitely now. The next movie I want to discuss is Taken, starring Liam Neeson. I will find you, and I will kill you. That's the line, isn't it? Something like that, isn't it? Yeah. Wow, this is a cool movie. This is one where people were talking about this for ages. You gotta watch Taken. It's an amazing movie. Definitely check it out. And I'm like, some of those movies over time, them sort of movies, like it was kind of like John Wick. I avoided them movies. When people are just sort of hyping it up too much, I feel like sometimes a movie can be a bit overhyped. But this, like John Wick, are both really good movies, and they were hyped for good reason. I watched this I didn't watch it at the cinema. I ended up watching it on like DVD a few years later, or a year later maybe. And it is a cool movie, and it's just very, very different. I think we've had a lot of them Taken style movies ever since Taken came out. But at the time, it was very fresh. It was just a different story we hadn't seen on camera before, and Liam Neeson is great in the role, and it's just I feel like they probably went too far with the sequels. Maybe the second one's not as bad, but the third one, it just feels like it lost its way This could have been a one and done one, but it is a great start to the trilogy. No matter where I think it went later on in the movies, really good movie, and it is definitely a movie that if you've never watched it, you've got to check out Taken, because if you like action movies, it is definitely well worth checking out. The next movie I want to discuss is probably one of my most favourite movies, and it is Ocean's 11, the newer version of the Ocean's 11, starring George Clooney, Brad Pitt, and it's an awesome heist movie. I don't think much of the sequels. I've never seen the third one. I'm not counting the female spin-off version because it's not part of this trilogy, but this is like the Danny Ocean trilogy here, isn't it? And Ocean's 11 is just a great movie, and it's just one of my favourite heist movies of all time. It's got it all. It's got humour, it's got action. The fact that like they're robbing this casino, the scenes, it's just so clever, the way they do the heist, and it's really a really smart movie, and at the end you're just smiling, just going like, wow, that was really good the way they did that. It was cool. The music in it is amazing. Fantastic cast. Absolute overall, probably one of the best casts in a movie. Probably someone out there is probably going to say, no, you're wrong, AP. But I enjoyed it. I feel like the cast is amazing in this. It's an all-star, A-star cast. But Ocean's 11, definitely a great trilogy starter movie in my opinion. And it is definitely, if you like heist movies and you've never watched Ocean's 11, what are you doing with your life? Get this watch, ladies and gents, because it is an amazing movie to watch. The next movie I'm going to discuss is Man of Steel, and man, this is a great trilogy starter movie. This is a great trilogy as well. I'm talking about the Zack Snyder Justice League trilogy, if you like, or whatever you want to call it. It's Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, and the Zack Snyder's Justice League movie. All great movies in my opinion. And Man of Steel is a great start. Again, this is one, I suppose over the years I flip-flopped a bit, and I didn't like it originally. I didn't think it was the best Superman movie, and I think it was because I was going from the old Superman movies with the old music, the way I looked at Superman as a hero, because it went into like a more like a darker, moodier tone Superman. It's very different. It's Zack Snyder's Superman, Zack Snyder's universe, but over the years, I've grown to really enjoy this movie, and it's just a great version of Superman, no matter what you think. And I think the way the story develops over these 3 movies, in just a 3-movie space, we have seen the death of this character, we've seen the rebirth of this character, we've seen the rise of the Justice League, saving the world from aliens, and it all began with this really good Man of Steel movie. And I, to this day, really enjoy this. It's a different superhero movie, but it is a really good superhero movie. Now, the last movie I want to discuss today as a great trilogy starter is Star Wars: A New Hope. Possibly, well, most definitely my favourite Star Wars movie. I prefer this over Empire Strikes Back. I think it's a much better movie. Not that I don't like The Empire Strikes Back. But we're talking about like the original trilogy here of Star Wars movies, and A New Hope, it just introduces us to this great story, this great universe of characters, and we see Luke Skywalker, we see Obi-Wan, we see Darth Vader, Leia, Han Solo, Chewie, R2, C-3PO. I'm not going to name every single character. You know the characters if you like Star Wars, but it is just, again, it starts this great franchise that we all know and love, and this one, I suppose, it's like the run at the end, when they're doing the run against the Death Star, that is special to me. The battle between Obi-Wan and Darth Vader is special. Seeing the first interactions between Luke and Han is very special to me, and all of these characters being introduced for the first time is really, it's movie history now, isn't it? This movie, you look at this, and I feel like every moment in this movie feels like an iconic moment, because it is just a special movie, and I really enjoy A New Hope, and it is a great Great way to end this video really, and it's a great trilogy starter, and it is one I will forever cherish as a movie. If you enjoyed this video today, please do give it a like and check out the rest of my movie related content as well, and let me know what you thought of my choices today. Did you enjoy them, and what would your choices be? Have you got any more great trilogy starter movies that you can think of, what I've maybe missed off this list today? Definitely check out, if you've not watched it as well, the previous video that I've done on this topic. It is a really fun video. And as always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.